Hi everybody, welcome back to Cids Modded Life, Season 2, Episode 130 with me, Cid. And last episode we did a whole load of work using these things to get a bulk storage system going, and I decided we're going to do a little bit more. I need to make another one of those. Well, actually what we need to do is make another one of those. And 2, 3. Okay, and then we want to make those, and then I'm going to need to make another processor, another 2 of those. It shouldn't be too long, which will allow me to make another eventually 1 and 2. I also need to make another material stone. Do I need to make another material? No, I don't really, but I do need another importer. We'll take that, and eventually I'll have one of them. Lovely. It is an importer, isn't it? Right, so this thing here is currently making that, and it's doing it with a pick. So we are going to grab you. We'll take that off. That can stay where it is. And I had a little think about this. So realistically we're going to be making one of multiple things. I actually need to do this properly, and maybe just try and keep my mind going in the right direction. That might not be a bad idea. So we'll put the silicon away. Now I know we are making, what did we make? Gravel, sandstone, and I honestly can't remember now. It's a complete, oops, hang on. Let's take this over. Oh man, this is heavy. Diamond chests weigh a lot. There we go. This will be easier. Because then I can just get this lot in there quickly. So yeah, we are making gravel, sandstone, and I can't remember what the other one was. Oh, glass, that was it. Yeah, glass. And we can keep this running more or less constantly, and that wouldn't be a problem, you know, because ultimately we will have all of the relevant bits and everything will be good. But if we're making glass, we're making sandstone, gravel, and ultimately we'll also make silicon. Now this stuff, I mean, what can we use it for? We can use it for a few bits and pieces in that. We use it for that, controllers, stuff, other things, and in the circuit fabricator. So we probably don't really need vast amounts. Glass, on the other hand, we tend to go through a lot, so we do probably want a fair bit of glass. Sandstone we use for, what was our main use for sandstone? Obviously smooth concrete, brownstone, so we want a reasonable amount of that, and we use that for concrete, so again, reasonable amount of that. So let's head over into here, where what I would like to do for starters, oops, oh, that was a mistake. Let me just put that back for a moment, and we'll bring you down under here, like a seal. And we're going to come in here and go 1, 2, 3, and 4 for now. That we should do as I think. And we'll come back down under there, and this will have that going on, and also at the back. probably kind of like that. I don't think we need to worry too much about the back, but we do want that going on. And then what I thought we would do is we'll double check these. So these are just doing import, nothing fancy. So that and that can come out. I'm going to use this bit of stain brownstone just to give it a little bit of texture back there. Grab you. Oh god, hang on. How am I going to do this? Like this, perhaps, and then we'll. I don't know. We'll borrow some of this. This should work for me to. Oh, well, idiot. Okay, doesn't matter. Dude, forgot I need to get out. Okay, and you are off. You are off. You are off. And then we'll. Whoops. We'll come under here and put all this away. Out of the way. So that needs to go over there. So we're not going to take you out. But we are going to come underneath. If I do that, I ain't going to get. I suppose I've got various things, haven't I? Including somewhere. No, okay. There. That's what we want. Right, so stick these in here along with that one. And then this cable will run through to here. That, and that need to come out. And we'll take this material stonework factory. Well, actually, I suppose. What's going to be easiest? I know. Let's just stop faffing up around, and we'll do that. This lot goes back in there. Yep, that's fine. We are going to need. I've just got to throw that on the ground, haven't I? Right. Yeah. Dithering around here like it's going out of fashion. So, what were you doing then? Does this? It does go like that. So if I were to put you there, and we went here, B cables. Grab some of that, and that goes under there, and then 2, 3 like so, and also down there. So we're going to pop you in here, and you're going to be active on a redstone signal. Take that out, just plonk it there. It's got some juice now, and it's going to be a pick. It's going to have all of this lot turned off. And that's the one that's going to come out the bottom, and then that's all off. Active on a redstone signal. No, active without a redstone signal. And then we're going to sit there and tell it that I want you to be that. I would like you to be when they emit a signal when it's above 50. Stopped. Right, what level do we want to set this at? I'm going to go for 2048. Why not? And that's not going to do anything because, obviously, there's more than that in the system. Right, so this is basically going to be a case of now rinse and repeat. So take that and that, and yeah, we'll grab some cable and run this down here. 1, 2, and 3. That's going to go back to there. So you are doing pick craft. Okay. And pick craft makes what, actually? Good question. What does it actually make? That is active without redstone signal. No, just turn that off. So that is pick craft. That's sandstone, isn't it? Yeah, that's the sandstone recipe. If we just double check it, pick craft is sandstone. Excellent. And we shall again turn all of the various bits off, and I'll rinse and repeat this for the other 3 items until we are ready to go. So active without redstone signal. That should be off. Yeah, so that's now going to make pick. Oh, hang on. I've done 2x2 craft. There you go. Right, that's more like it. So again, this is that, but I'm going to set this to be 10,240. Why not? It's a lot of sandstone, but we can store it, so that will be fine. Yeah. Let that one run. Got the 2 more to do. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, that's that. So one little job out of the way. I'm not sure whether we'll ever need cobblegen, because we have got a fairly significant amount of cobble. So I'll cross that bridge if and when we need to. So what's next? Well, that is a very good question, because I'm not entirely sure myself. We've got a number of projects I want to do, and where to start, I suppose. I mean, we should have plenty of wood now, and we're starting. I mean, it's not vast amounts of wood coming in from these weird little farms. What you have to remember is that this is just ticking away in the background, freely, cheaply, in the background, forever. Let me go and have a little think about which area I want to concentrate on next, and I shall be right back with you. Alright, I have decided what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to place a new teleporter block in here, and its colour will hopefully serve as a clue. If I were a teleport linker, where would I be? I'd be there. Lovely. Right, so we're going to head off this way, I think. I need to be somewhere well away from water, and the best place that I can think of for that is the middle of a desert, and there are several possibles. There's a nice bit over here, which is a little bit of water around the area, but you know, it's not a lot. If we were to kind of go there, we'd be certainly 3, 6, maybe 9 chunks in all directions. Elephant attack. There's a few little pulls, but again, we can cope with those. So I'm thinking maybe to that point there. So let's head off over there, and we'll get the old teleporter set up at the other side, and we should be good. Oh, and incidentally, we're making the squid farm. That's the plan. So I think we probably, where did I say we wanted to be? I think we're about there actually. I think if we kind of go into this spot here, that should do the trick. Let's get the chunk border up, and let's go, and I'm going to basically open this entire chunk, I think, all the way down to bedrock, or at least a pretty good distance down. We need to go so far down for the squid spawn anyway, which I think would be Y62, I believe, 63 maybe, which is not a million miles away from where we are. And then we need to have a drop and all of the various bits. Now this is going to be, I don't think, this is not going to be anything out of the ordinary. It's not going to have any peculiarities. You're not going to see, this is a squid farm that works as well in vanilla. We are going to try and borrow one or two features of modded to, assist, and we'll get that going, and we'll see how this goes. Right now, let me just get this clear, and I shall be right back with you. All right, I've got a big hole in the ground. I'm just looking at what blocks I've got on me, and I've actually got quite a few reasonable building blocks. So I'm going to just use a bit of this. He says going the wrong way. That one, there we go. Quartz basalt, I think, and I've been umming and ahhing about whether I want to have visibility in this thing or not. So we're at Y69, and we actually need to be at Y63, which is what, about, that's 62, that's 63. And I've got a big hole in the ground, as I say. Got a few diamonds from it. This thing really does need emptying. It's getting silly, but the question is then, do I go into, this is 16. If I make it 15 by 15, that's nice. But if I go for 13, that's also an odd number. So if I take 2 off of this side and 2 off of this side and go to there, and then basically get a roof on to start with. This is nothing fancy, it is just a basic squid farm. So right now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if I'm right, this should end up 1 block from the other side. It does. Excellent. And then I just want 12 on this one, because I've already got one here. That will work. And we shall work out how to get this thing working, and hopefully get a reasonable amount of squiddage coming from it. So let me just work a little bit on this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it whether I'm just going to have a very functional farm or what, but I'm thinking about collection mechanisms. Obviously we could go with a hopper hock. I'm not sure whether we've got any other options in this pack, but I'll double check them. Hopper hock would obviously be the simplest, and it's probably got the range if we get it roughly to the middle. Then we should probably have a quick snooze. I've already had 1 creeper drop on my head. Didn't kill me. Obviously we got decent armor now, but that was it was a moment of hair. So if I'm gonna go, I think, in one like this, and then we'll start on the water. Well, I suppose what we could do, I don't know. I'm umming and ahhing here about the best way to do things, and I think it might be just, better to kind of fill the lid roof in and then remove the blocks I want to remove. Although, as you can see, that in itself has got its own problems. But first things first, we need to get this line. So let's do that. And then I'm going to stick some glass walls on it. And yeah. So from Y62 to Y42, I think was the height I was going to go. Because squid spawn 63 to 42, or within that kind of region. So we're going to take you. Damn it. And you. Yeah, that'll work. Let me get these out again and I should be back in a mo. Right, well that's the basic structure in. We need to go and get some fence gates. We also actually need to fix this because I just realised I made a cock up. That was unlike me. Well, actually it's very like me. But yeah, that's simple enough. Grab a pile of glass, chisel said glass into that, grab the building tool and bang. There we go, much better. So that's the basic structure. As I say, nothing fancy. If you go online, you'll see dozens of designs like this. I'm not claiming the design, it is just a squid farm. What we do need to do now, however, is we'll pop that away for starters and pop that away and stick that back away over there, and we are going to go and head back home to where the elephants live, apparently. And we should be, I'm just curious now, how are we doing? 8,000 gravel. Glass should be stopped because we've got 10,241. Yep, so that should be stopped and working. Right. Signs. We've actually got plenty of signs. We'll take all of those. And then we want some gates. We want fence gates. Okay. Well, let's teach it how to make fence gates, shall we? Because seriously, that's a thing. Okay, and oh, I need a patterns. Okay, thought I had patterns. There you go, patterns. Get in there. Fence gate. And I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 stacks of fence gates should be more than adequate. Maybe. I did put that in, didn't I? Oak fence gate. Oh, maybe it just took a moment to catch up there, but that shouldn't take too long. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Now, stupid question. I thought these could only be placed. They do need a block underneath them, don't they? So we are going to have to. Yeah, that's fine. Right, got all of that. Let me sleep. We'll get back, and we shall get the basics of the squid farm going, and then we can start playing around with other options. So yeah, back in the mood. All right. Well, if I've done this right, so what we've got here is two fake floors or temporary floors to allow me to place these fence gates, And what we can do is just rip all of this lot out. We'll get the floor from underneath in a moment and open all the gates, and that should be done. I'm not entirely sure whether we need to have the gates open or not, or whether the squid will naturally just fall through, but why take the chance, eh? It's like I don't have to leave them closed, so let's just open them on the basis. You know, people who understand vanilla mechanics far better than me came up with things like this, so yeah, I'm not gonna argue. Bump and a bump, and then we should be good now. Just take this lot out. Now I think that this should then work. What I should probably do is just top up my wings. Yeah, so these should contain the water streams, downward flowing water streams into a single column that the squids can then swim out of and fall through, as I understand the entire concept. So that should be a thing. It's going to take me a hot moment to remove this, and then we'll go and get an infinite water source fairly close by and get these running and see what we do. You know, it'll be what it is. We may need to go and clear a few water sources around us just to make sure that we're not got any areas where the squids are spawning elsewhere, because again, as I understand the mechanic, I'm just going to go and sleep. No, it's not quite there yet. As I understand the mechanic, the squids have their own separate mob cap. So yeah, so in theory, this should, you know, it doesn't really matter about the hostile mob cap, although, you know, that would be good to get rid of or to light up for other reasons around the area. But, you know, if all I'm after is squid, then we should get that. Now, we may also get fish, which again, I'm not bothered about the thousands of the damn things and no real use for them. But, you know, that's a problem we'll have to face. I know it is certainly a 1.13 problem, because obviously they have the fish mobs in vanilla, but not so sure about whether we're going to have that same issue here. So let's just get underneath and get these all opened. This is going to be a bit of a pain, but it won't take me that long. So I'll get that done and I shall be back in a moment. Alright, moment of truth. Have I just made a ginormous failure, or will this actually work? As I say, it should work, because it's no different from any other squid farm design that I've seen. So if I pour my water in there, should come all the way down and just make an awful lot of noise. But it seems to be fine. Right, so armed with that, first things first, do I have... I think I only made the dirt one, didn't I? And I don't think I've even... Or did I even make the dirt one in Britannia? I may not have done. Would have possibly made sense, but there you go. What can you do? Tell you what you can do. You can actually go and make the dirt wand. I mean the water wand. Yeah, you know, the thing. Been a while since I've been to Olympus, or at least it's been a while since I came here for anything other than some basic stuff. So yeah, let's go and use that. I mean, you know, After all, we are playing modded. I also need to think about collection, don't I? And let me just check those options out before we leave here, because I may want a hop as well. But yeah, we will see what we can see over here. Be back in a sec. Turns out I already had one. It was just stored in the chest here. And I think I'm going to figure out what I'm going to try for a collector. I just want to check the ranges on it. First things first, we need to get back home. So we shall do that. And this should be fairly simple. Now, one of the things that we should also mention, because it is worthy of mention, is that Industrial Foregoings itself actually has means of spawning mobs. So at some point I may go and create a powered spawner as well, but what I want to try is some of this. Need to make some of those, if you don't mind, just and make me 1, 2, 3, 4, and some hoppers. That should do us for now. And some chests. Just again, roll there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll take those for this. They'll do the trick. Quick sleep. Head back to the farm. Get it populated, and then we'll try. Now, in an ideal world, that item collector will go in the middle, and it will suck everything into the middle, and you know, it will require one hopper with ultimately one ender chest. Ultimately one one ender chest to return the items back to base. Let me just pop that there for now. So what we should be able to do with this lot now is just right, there's a bit of lag while these first flood in, because, you know, all that water moving, or it seems a bit laggy to me anyway, I have to say. But we are still okay. With a bit of luck, we're still looks fine. So I suppose we're lucky that we're in 112, because I think in 113 these have to be in a river biome as well. Just, you know, to make life even more complicated. But there you go. Let me get this done. I'll be back in a second. I think I've been robbed. I haven't seen a single squid. Lots of fish. And this thing is working quite happily in the middle. Obviously not for those, but as you can see, fish, yes. Ink, no. And I don't know why. But it's not the end of the world. It's just, you know, annoying, because we've done a fair amount of digging with nothing really to show. It's a little bit I don't know whether the fish are taking up the mob cap, but look, fishers and they're absolutely no problem. So maybe that's the problem, I don't know. However, as I said, that is not our only option. there are alternatives, and one of them is that's industrial. We head back a little bit to there. We do. Do they not stack? Oh, they don't. Alright. That's fine. Put those away, that away, and that away. We'll take a few of these. And what we can do is we can go and find a bloody squid ourselves and trap it, and the world will be good and happy, and then we shall take said squid and we shall clone them in a clonomatic super machine, and everybody will be happy about that. That's if we ever find a squid. This is just going to be one of those, we ain't going to do, you ain't getting us, mister, with squid. We're banding together to fight against the man. Honestly, where are the squid? I mean, seriously, this is almost getting embarrassing. Here, squiddy, squid, squid. Here, squid, squid. Squidward. Come on. I don't know. Let me just quickly sleep here. And then we'll continue the hunt for Squidward. And we'll take that one forward. He's got this. There's got to be a squid. There's got to be a squid. Squid, squiddy, squid, squid. Lots of fishes. Not so much on the squiddies. Anyway, once we have found said squiddy, we will capture him and if we ever find a squid. I wish that actually was a frog. I would have it. But it's not, it's just a sound effect. Let me have a little hunt around a bit. There's got to be some squid somewhere. I can't believe there are no squid. And I should be back in a mo. Found a squid. Got a squid. I eventually came out here. I knew I'd seen squid around this, but they're definitely not being conducive to being caught. Now it occurs to me that one of the things we could do is thank you, get a guardian. I mean, we have a perfectly good guardian spawner, but you know, we don't actually have to always use it. I mean, and it is fast and does the job. So I think next episode we're going to go down a technological solution for this, and we'll see where that rabbit hole leads us, because clearly the vanilla mechanic is not playing nicely. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and bye for now.